Hey everyone, this is Anurag Ray from PestRumbleWarrior.com, and in this video I'm going to talk about what coyotes eat. Now before you continue this video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can receive updates about my videos when it is uploaded and also help my channel grow. The coyotes can eat anything that they can hunt, especially the small animals to birds and small lizards. It can be a lot of different kind of things. So coyotes are not that powerful, so they live in a small groups and they attack different kind of small prey. It can include domestic cats, it can also include dogs, and can also include some other animals like squirrels and also other things that can live in the wild or in the human territory. The coyotes are known to come into human territory and hunt down these domestic animals. So if you have pets in your house, then and there is coyotes in the nearby region, then it's always better to keep your pets safe because the chances are the coyotes might try to come in and try to eat the animals. Now the coyotes are also known to eat birds like chickens. So if you have chicken coops in your house, they're also seen to they take down those chicken coops, and they are quite clever also if you think, and they can do different kind of things and then try to get to the chicken coops, and they are somewhat scared of us, but not always necessarily. That they usually look for the opportunity when they we are not around the place, and then they come attacks. Now if you got caught up in that attack, the coyotes can also attack you, and it won't be a good thing. Or however, they don't usually hunt humans because humans are much bigger than them and can be a lot of create a lot of problems, so usually avoids humans. However, if they get the chance and if they're a big group, then they will definitely try to hunt down even a human. A single coyote may not try to kill human because of course there can be a lot of difficulties, but a bigger one or maybe a lot of them can actually try to take down humans. Now along with that, they usually look for the food that can be found in the human territory because we live with a different kind of animals, and those kind of preys are actually quite easy for the coyotes to take down because the dogs, like even the street dogs, the small cats cannot outrun these coyotes because they attack in groups, so it's quite difficult for them to actually outrun them. And the coyotes are relatively bigger than the general street dogs, so the street dogs, actually a single individual street dog doesn't stand a chance against a group of coyotes. So it's a pretty good meal for the coyotes, and usually they do that when people are not nearby, that is during the night time, because that's when we won't be noticing them and that's when they hunt. Now the coyotes have a different kind of diet, so in order to survive they eat a lot of these different kind of things. As I mentioned before, they usually eat whatever they can because in order to survive they are not at the top of the food chain, so they need food to survive, and cannot compete against other predators that are in that area, so they have to eat whatever they can and whatever they do to feed their whole group. Now a small group of coyotes can actually have 4 to 5 members, and if they are hunting they will need adequate food to sustain them. So a small squirrel won't do it for them. They will actually hunt at least a few chickens or a few number of squirrels, or 1 to 2 dogs. Now if they do that, that will provide them with enough food and they would be able to sustain. If a single coyote however lives and hunts, and then they can go by smaller cats, or even let's say a single chicken or a few 1 or 2 squirrels at most, because they are also opportunistic creature. If they find right opportunity to eat a lot of food, then they will definitely take that, but if they don't get the opportunity, they will eat whatever they can and satisfy themselves. Now a bigger group as usual requires a lot amount of food compared to the smaller groups, so for them they have to hunt even more. Now in a group there is always a alpha coyote who is leading the group, so they always get to eat first, then the other coyotes in the group actually eats the food. So the alpha is always going to get the most of the food, and the other ones will get much less than that. But in order to survive they all need adequate amount of food, so even if the alpha gets a lot of food, they still have to eat a sufficient amount so that they can survive. So they will take the hunt and kill depending upon how much they need. Now in a night, let's say coyotes goes for a hunt, let's say 4 of them, then they can hunt around 2 dogs at most, and then they will just move away and go away from the human territory and start eating when they're away from the human territory. Now they usually kills the prey and then goes away from the human territory because they know the risk that can come through to them if they stay in the human territory. Now they are not scared of the humans in general, but they avoid humans. Now that's the reason why they will come out at night and hunt the animals during the night. Most of the time they usually hide, especially in the morning, because unless they get a proper chance to actually hunt down the other animals in the morning, they won't usually do that. However, if an individual If the coyote is able to spot a lone street dog, then the coyotes will definitely attack it even in the morning, because it's not that the coyotes don't hunt in the morning, is that they avoid coming into close contact with humans, especially in the morning, because they know we can see them and we can also kill them. So we are the only species along with the few other predators that can easily kill a coyotes. Like there are also other animals that can hunt down coyotes, but human are one of the top predator, so they can definitely kill the coyotes, and they have always stay away from us, but they're not necessarily scared of us. So that's why they come into human territory. And let's say if you have a kid in your house, they also make sure that if there are coyote nearby, to keep your kids indoors, because these coyotes can hunt down small animals, so they can easily take down small human kids and take them away. So make sure that you keep them indoors and keep them protected. Now the coyotes are also clever species, so they won't hesitate to go inside a human's house if they find the right opportunity, although they will be very careful during that time, but they won't actually hesitate entirely, because if they find the right opportunity, they will get inside the human house if your doors is open or your window is open, and try to get whatever food they can from there. Now if they can find something inside your house, that won't be a good thing. They will be capturing that and going away, but they don't usually do that because they usually get the food from the streets, so then they don't do that. But it's not that they won't do that, because if they get the right opportunity, they would definitely try to do that, because if they come inside the human territory, they can get, or let's say inside the human house, then they can get a lot of different kind of food. And even if you have some chicken pieces, they can definitely take that. Those are easy food. And there can be other things also. Coyotes can also take away your pet dogs from inside your house also. Although this is not a very common incident, but it can occur. Now, coyotes can be defended by various methods. If you have bigger dogs in your house, and if you need to keep a few of them, they can do a pretty good job in defending your house, because coyotes are actually scared of big dogs, and they know that they are almost equivalent or more powerful than the coyotes. So the coyotes also avoid them and stop avoiding getting close to them. But even with that, even with all the measures, coyotes are really careful, and when they're hungry, they're really desperate, and they can go after anything almost that they can hunt down. And that's the reason why it creates a lot of problem when there is coyotes nearby, because they eat a lot of different kind of food, and it's like that I mentioned before, they eat whatever they can to survive. And since the alphas, like I mentioned before, are the one who gets the most of the food, they are somewhat satisfied. However, the other ones, they don't usually get all of the food, so sometimes they actually hunt individually also. So when they're hunting individually, they will be hunting smaller animals, and they will be eating them individually. So there's sometimes they stray away from their group. It's not always, but sometimes if they are really hungry, and sometimes if they're injured also, they can also go away from their groups and then start hunting alone. And during that time, they will hunt smaller animals to minimize the risk, and also completely satisfy them to some extent. So that's why they will eat smaller food, and also they will avoid human coming in close contacts with humans. However, if there are coyotes, even though they are scared of humans, be careful always, because they are predators and they are really aggressive, and they won't hesitate to attack a human if they find the right opportunity, even an adult human. So it's really careful. It's really important that you are careful around if there are a lot of coyotes, and you need to keep your pets, your kids, and everyone indoors if there are a lot of coyotes, because they can take them away. So that's it for this video. I hope you find your answer from this video. If you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on the like, comment, and subscribe button. I'm uploading 2 videos every single week. That is on Monday and Friday. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, notification bell. Thank you.